We're live, people.
What's up, everybody? How's
Yeah,
everybody doing?
today?
I think you guys know who this is.
Yep.
Strange.
Oh, you know what? I completely forgot something.
Brennan Aaron's Yamaka.
It's good though, Rich. How you been?
Busy.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Completely forgot my visor.
Got his X-Zone visor. Game worn.
Signed as well.
For pictures only.
It's got the. Does it have good fish luck on it? Have you caught any?
I'm gonna have to do it. I might have to do it.
So that tournament where that visor was created, that was the team hat we were given for the 2020 Northern Divisional. That's the one where I showed up. Like, I got into the tournament like the day before practice started, and then I led it for 2 days, and then I finished in second and going to nationals out across. So,
dang, it's pretty sweet right there.
I only wore it for pictures though, so I didn't actually wear it in the tournament.
You don't have the X-Zone sponsorship. I should put a tape over that.
Oh, X-Zone's pretty. They make good stuff.
I mean, it's good company, but yeah.
Yeah. Quick little roll call.
Maybe, no.
If I can click the right side of my little mouse pad here. We got Michael Bradley in the house. Always in the house. What's up? Scotty Too Hottie. Tom Mix. Tommy's on the other side of the world. He's handling his duties. He got deployed. So I got our last fishing adventures coming up here. So
thanks for your service, Tommy.
Yeah, he's the man. He's an
Thank you
airman.
for your service.
He's an airman. Tiggs.
What's going on, people?
I hope it's on.
Actually,
Everyone can see.
What's up, Vish?
Nashville right now.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. You can go see some shows or anything?
Yeah, there it is.
No, I'm not.
Really?
You fishing?
No, working.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's boring, man. That's very, very boring right there.
You getting to do any fishing while you're there or no?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, straight work. Damn.
I am pretty close to what is it? The Old Hickory.
Okay.
But
interesting.
I don't think there'll be any time.
Kick rocks and bounce out of there and just go right.
Nice.
But
have you done any fishing this year? Like at all?
I made a few casts
or just ice fish
in my neighborhood pond.
Jeez. Is it still ice up there? No way.
No, it went out about March 1st. So we've had ice out for a month, and I still haven't had the boat out. Which is
you've just been busy as hell. Lifing over there, doing the lifing thing.
I've traveled for work every single week this month.
All right. Well, I hope it's worth it. Hope they're paying you.
Man.
It's usually how work goes. But
dang.
Start pumping out more videos. Go full time on YouTube, Rich. Stop playing.
Video. Didn't you just post that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I watched it. It's funny that he said that. Talk to me about that bad boy. I know you just put the video out on it, but it is a members only. But what do you think? Like, that's what I know. I asked you a question on that. Like, because like I threw it and it like I feel like in the initial reaction it just looks ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a little bit like cross between like a Ned and a Nico rig and a tube.
Yeah,
think of it that way. It is actually it went out members only this weekend, but it went live for everybody tonight. But
okay, cool.
It was something I had intended to try earlier, and actually then I tried it in that first tournament and caught 2 bigs on it on a spot that we had already saturated with drop shot and jig worm and Carolina rig but just felt like there had to be bass there. And literally caught those 2 giants in about 5 casts.
Man,
so
it's pretty sweet.
And I was actually throwing the same worm on a drop shot and on a jig worm. And then when I changed that rig, I actually caught those 2.
That'll do it.
Huh.
So I'm not saying it's like super magic, but like if you're confident there's fish somewhere, it's a great way to show another presentation, because I don't, at least the finesse one that I was throwing, not a great way to cover water.
Okay.
It's not like, not someplace, it's not like I wouldn't use it as a search bait. But if you're
Okay.
confident in an area and you're like, man, I think I should be getting bit here, I think that's a good time to put
All
that
right.
out.
I think
So are
you
you
kind of
pitching that?
answered my question. My biggest question was like, how could a bank angler or someone without, any type of sonar, how could they apply it? But there you go. I think you just answered that. In a place where you think you think there's a fish there, maybe bounce that around.
I mean, with that weedless, I think you could throw it around. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't throw it like right in a laydown, but you could definitely throw it around like light wood cover, stumps, patches of grass, like riprap. Like, yeah, I think you could, anywhere you throw a Ned, you could throw that.
Yeah.
Are you letting it sink in like down to the bottom and hit the bottom, or are you like suspending it?
Like fishing it like an eco.
Okay, interesting.
At least that's the way I fished it. I think you could probably hang it in front of fish and twitch it, and if you were trying to scope them or something like that. But I have not really played with it doing that much yet.
I gotcha. Interesting.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I got some tournaments coming up this month. This is the month where it all starts.
The yak tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, one club that I was looking at joining, Slate Nation. I'll probably end up joining them. They got one on the 21st because they do Sundays and it's better for my schedule. I can almost always get off on Sundays, but they had one last month.
That was too cold for Jermaine.
Yeah, I was just, and so it was like 40 degrees, raining and wind. And I was like, I'll do one or the other. I can do cold or wet. I'm not doing both. Sorry, not sorry. Unless it's a big boy tournament and I'm fishing for $100,000, then you gotta grit your teeth and do what you gotta do. But I'm not going to fish for $100, $150.
I don't know about you.
Not me, sorry. Now, especially like at the beginning of the season, like there's literally like I still have my home club that tournament run. It just didn't even start yet, so like I wasn't gonna go out of my way for a new club. No disrespect or nothing, but I just wasn't gonna go out of my way to.
Yeah, I gotcha. I was gonna jump on one the 6th of April, which is this coming Sunday, I believe, and I was gonna jump on one. I think it was Lake Oconee. But
Nice.
I have to go to Florida, so
Okay.
kind of bashed my dreams there. I was going to be like the first like in-person tournament I've ever fished, so I got real excited about that.
Definitely get on one this year.
But I'm going to go. I think I've got a few that I want to go on Lanier, and then a few on Sinclair. So we'll see what's going on there. But I want to branch out just a little bit, go to some bigger lakes, maybe Hartwell, Clarks Hill. So
Yeah.
mess around a little bit more, bigger waters and all that. So
There you go.
there's one today though. So caught it on this guy, 9-inch.
Eon?
Yep, the big one. Yeah, real fancy looking one.
Nice.
But I saw you picked up one of these. The 9-inch, or did you pick up a
7-inch?
Okay. Yes. Have you thrown or have you messed with that yet in the pool or any waters? Nothing.
No.
Just looked at it. Nice.
There was so last year, you mentioned Clarks Hill.
Mhm.
The final day, there was a guy that caught a monster bag and came back. I think he ended up finishing second, and he was throwing a glide.
Really
In the,
interesting.
but he was like, came from so far back, they didn't have a camera on him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Huh. Interesting. Was he using that like shoot? What's his name? It's Rob Jordan. He lives in Lanier. He's a guide there. You know him? He like does baits and stuff. Like he does like a lot of herring baits and stuff like that. And he's like really popular around there. I wonder if it was one of his stuff. I gotta look into that. That's pretty interesting.
Fellas, hold it down for like 3 minutes. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something real quick.
power
You got
nap.
it. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna bash Sixth Sense as much as we can while he's gone.
Hey,
Why would we do it when he's gone?
We can do it whenever he's here. All right, we'll do it either way. All right. Number one thing you hate about success. No, I'm just kidding. But so tell me, did you get this 11-inch trick shed for yourself, or did you get it for someone else?
It was just somebody that at the house I was staying at had it, so I just took pictures of it and posted it to social.
Okay, I gotcha. I was just like, is he really gonna throw that thing? Are you kidding here? You going from a 5-inch native gill to a 11-inch bay? It's double.
No, I just took the advantage of somebody else had them and
Nice.
used it for social content without spending $700 on swim baits.
So how was the classic experience?
The classic was good.
Mhm.
I mean, it was not as busy as Knoxville, but
Really?
it was steady. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy going out, meeting people, talking to people, doing all that stuff. So I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Looking at the tackle,
Yeah.
seeing all the people, networking. Like I enjoy that.
Yeah.
So
It's always fun, you know.
Yeah.
Did you meet any of the campers? I think Morgan, Travis.
I met Travis Stearman.
Oh, the spook guy, really?
Yep.
Look at that.
He flagged me down.
Nice. I wish TK would have made it, but could have like made 30 grand on shirts, the scope or die shirts.
Yeah.
Would have been able to get those out real good there. But how was the attendance at the weigh-ins? Because I heard they were not very good over there.
Yeah. You know, I didn't really go to the Knoxville weigh-ins.
Mhm.
And I did sit down on the floor in the final day in the media section. I mean, it seemed like it was pretty good, but I guess I haven't really compared weigh-in. So I can't really speak to that. I was mostly backstage in the media,
I gotcha.
interviewing anglers and getting little sound bites and things like that.
Yeah, I saw you were posting a bunch of different little clips on Instagram, and I think it was YouTube too as well. So getting all the content out there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you making any big trips this year? Anywhere exciting to go fish?
I mean, probably the coolest place I'm going to go fish this year is Lake St. Clair. So I have a Bassmaster Open there. So I'll be fishing in July.
I gotcha. Nice. Well, heck, that's only an hour for me. So if you want to come on over.
Wrong St. Clair.
Oh, it's the wrong. Oh, St. Clair up there. Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Not that little puddle down by you. Talking about.
Oh, come on now.
The sixth Great Lake.
It's not that small. It's a mud pit, though.
That's compared to Lake St. The real Lake St. Clair. It is.
That's very true. That's very true. There's a big difference there in lakes and size and everything. So, you going to be going to ICAST? Or
no.
iCrap?
I don't think there's any time for that with fishing the Northern Opens. So,
So what all tournaments you got going? You got like a bunch of tournaments coming up through this year?
Just kind of 3 or 4 big ones. I'm fishing the 3 Northern Opens, the Bass Northern Opens, and then the Bassmaster Bass Nation qualifier out of La Crosse. So basically fishing like 4 200 boat tournaments and not doing as many small tournaments this year.
Okay. And what's the goal with that?
Well, I guess ultimately try to make the classic, because if you win one,
be cool.
Classic, which, you know, it's a bucket list thing for me. I've been close a few times through the Bass Nation, and so also that's the La Crosse tournament. You can go to the nationals that way. So that's the main thing. And then the other thing is just the Northern Open Division. There's 2 tournaments within 3.5 hours of my house. And then Lake St. Clair is the third one, and that's like 11 hours.
Okay.
And they've never really had a schedule that is catered to the Midwest or upper Midwest. Like I've been following bass fishing, Bassmaster for 40 plus years. And even when we get one tournament that comes to like La Crosse or something like that, the other one will be like Douglas, and then the other one will be like Champlain. Like the other 2, you know, you get 1 to 3 hours from your house, but the other ones are like, you know, 15 to 20 hours away. So this really is like, hey, if you're ever going to do it, like this was the year to do it. So it's kind of primarily actually is just to test myself and check it off the list and say I did it. And hey, you know, maybe I'll do pretty well and cash some checks, or I'll win one and make the classic. But
Yeah, hopefully.
kind of see how you stack up when you're faced against a high level of competition.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, the best of luck to you at that. Hopefully, you get to the classic and get a chance at that gold over there.
Yeah, I don't
That'd
know.
be
If not, even
insane.
I mean, like that's the ultimate goal, and that's what we'll be shooting for. But just to even like, hey, even if I went like 3 for 3 cash and checks or something like that, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
And
if you can
that's
cover your
super
expenses.
stacked field. Like, you got to finish in the top 45 out of 200 to 225 boats. So
Mhm.
that would
So
be a
what's the
tall
competition?
task.
Like, what's the
What's that?
competition out there? Like, is it like really like are guys like really secretive of stuff, and are they like super weird about things, or is it
I
all
don't know, but
pretty
I mean,
open?
the competition is super stout. Like,
Yeah,
right?
and that's
This
good
is the same
anglers.
field that's producing the EQs, right? So these are the tournaments that Milliken, McKinney, the 9 guys that are like kicking everybody's butt on the elites came out of last year. So yeah, the
Okay.
competition is super stout.
Yeah.
But I'm not fishing all 9. I'm just fishing one division.
Yep. Yeah. Nice. And are there any lakes that you think you're going to do extremely well on that really like stack up and go hand in hand how you like to fish? And
I mean,
that you had experience at?
I've never fished St. Clair,
Mhm.
so that's a wild card. But that's a bucket list lake, right? I mean, like,
Mhm.
I could go there and catch, 40 smallies a day and catch 18 pounds and end up in like 110th place, but probably still have a good time, right? So I mean, you're probably going to have to average, over 21, 22 pounds a day. It'll be that tight.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any experience there, any expectations, but I also know St. Clair is a place where, Bill Weidler, a swim jig guy from Alabama, won an Elite Series event there. Like guys, Chris Lane won fishing. You know what I mean? Like guys that aren't necessarily smallie guys seem to pop wins at St. Clair. So I don't think being a local or being super smallie definitely like is an essential thing there. Obviously, I've caught plenty of smallies up in Minnesota. So that I'm probably looking forward to that one the most. But the other 2 tournaments are La Crosse and Leech. And La Crosse is where that hat that you're wearing came from.
Okay.
So I've had my share of success in La Crosse over the years, Mississippi River. So that one does not intimidate me at all. I'm pretty comfortable there. And then Leech, I've definitely had some decent tournaments up there over the years. And both those bodies of water, I've got, weeks of experience on. I'm not like a local, but like, I know where the boat ramps are. I know kind of general areas, like, so I'm not going in super cold.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good that you got 2 that you have some confidence in for that sort of fishing.
I mean,
St. Clair is
if
like
you wear a hat like this, you got confidence wherever you go. Let's face
exactly.
it. It's called swagger.
Man. But if Sinclair up north is anywhere close to how Sinclair is down here, just find docks and you're good.
No, it's not. And it's St. Clair, not Sinclair.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's like
it's
like a big giant bowl that maybe gets like 20 some feet deep, and it's basically featureless sand and sandgrass.
So there's not like a ton of features, and there's no
it's
like
a front-facing sonar playground, is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
it's literally probably the most like if any fishery that any tournaments go to, the big tournaments, it's probably the most dependent on front-facing sonar. Like if you don't have it, you're not good with it, you're probably wasting your time.
Yeah, that's crazy,
man. It's pretty interesting. So, and you have your forward-facing sonar all set up and everything now, right?
I mean, I've got it, but I definitely have plans to get a lot more reps on it here in the next couple of months before we go.
Yeah,
I got you. And what? Or you said you were going in July? Yeah, that's right.
Like beginning of July.
Yeah. So they should probably be up shallow, right? Maybe. There should be some good ones up shallow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe some around deep.
That's the kind of lake where you gotta be on the right type. Like you could be on 3.5 pounders and get your doors kicked in, but if you can find 3 3/4 to 4 pounders, you're on the right fish.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
It's like 18 pounds a day gets you left in the dust, but 21, puts you right where you need to be.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
So like you could be, it's like finding the right ones. You almost need to find the fish that are the furthest along, the ones that spawned early and are starting to fatten up, versus the ones that are immediate post spawn and are still like thin.
Okay. So you need to find the
Now,
ones
if you're
that are
fishing a kayak tournament like Jermaine up there, you could just go for those long, skinny ones, and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Man. You think
There's pros and cons to both sides.
Yeah.
You know, I don't keep my fish in a box all day, buddy.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's the thing is, like, you watched the tournament last year where they were there, not a way different time, maybe a little bit later, but like guys were catching long, good. I mean,
oh yeah.
And like they just would be 3 1/4, 3 1/2, and then somebody else would be on a different class of fish that were just clearly had spawned a few weeks earlier, and they were starting to fill out, and they were catching 3 3/4 to 4 pounders, and they're
just shorter.
They could have been shorter, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see that like a lot of my fishing now is like now because I'm in the kayak world, I'll just hold the fish up and be like, dang, it's a long fish. This would be a great kayak bass, like you said, but then like I'll catch a fatty, but he's short, and I'm like, and I'm like throwing him like a nice 19-incher that's just like filled out, belly shirt hanging off the board. I'm like, get out of here, buddy. But that's like your dream. You're like, hell yeah. You catch a fat 19, you're like, yeah, let's go.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, there is an argument, like they say, that the longer fish in general are the older fish, and in general are harder to catch, right?
Yeah, because essentially when they grow overall in size, they grow in length. And I guess at that time, they'll grow in some girth, but then they can get frail because they can lose the weight.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than people, right? We all have grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles that like kind of, they don't necessarily, I mean, they might get a little shorter, but they just kind of wither away at some point, right?
I hope I don't wither away.
I could stand to do a little withering.
Mike is saying that the longer fish are older. I could see that because, I mean, they're not eating as much. They're probably tired out and all that. I mean, just like the super old ones anyway. I don't know. I think the actual, the ones that are a little younger than that probably stay pretty fat because they're smart. They know how to eat. They know how to position themselves to get that food, I would think. That's just me thinking, though. But
yeah, something like that.
I don't know. But somebody had a question here. Mike M. for speaking of swim jigs, I just picked up one of those Megabass Uwaze swim jigs. Any experience with those?
That's the one with the
spinner underneath.
Spinning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mixed reviews about it. I think
I
love Megabass, but I just think it's overpriced for what it is. Like they stuck a freaking wire on it, but it probably works. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
I think I've heard people say they catch and they work, but I also have plenty of buddies that complain that they make 5 casts or catch 1 fish and the blade's gone on a $13 swim jig.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that. I'd rather what you can do is there's these Tackle Junkie put me on. I forgot who makes them, but they make little like plastic underspin blades that you can just put on any hook. And I've used them.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. There's one of the guys that watches my videos, and he probably hangs around here sometimes. There's like that, how there's that one style rattle collar that has like the arms that come out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it comes out to a little tab. So he just took one of those arms. So after he broke the blade off, he just made one of those arms out of that rattle arm, then attached the little swivel blade to that as a replacement.
I see. I had a few of them. I had like the heavier weights, I think the 5/8 ounce, and they came through grass pretty good because their head was like it was really pointed, but it tapered off really aggressively like that at the edges, so it was flared. So it really like split through grass really well, which I was happy about. But I mean, then again, you've got a blade on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the weed guard's not very heavy either. But it had a good hook. The keeper, I can't stand Megabass keepers and 6 cents keepers. because the 6 cents ones have got the screw and those are annoying, but the Mega Bass ones are just like two little
Yeah,
pieces.
that's essentially what he had built. Same kind of thing.
Yeah. So you can put this.
I see that.
Yeah, you can put this, and that's exactly what I did here. You can literally put this on any swim jig you want. No,
Interesting.
Is it Daniel? Maybe it been Daniel T.
Oh, Daniel
God.
T. Yeah, that's him.
you just
Daniel
slide
T
it up
loves
by the skirt, up by the skirt band,
Mhm.
and then put your soft plastic on.
This seems
And
pretty
there
cool.
you go.
I like that
A
idea.
nice little, and it's essentially the same thing, but it's also, once again, you can't really. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't. It's a lot harder to break a plastic one, because it's got some give.
Yeah.
So,
You could probably take a piece of wire and wrap it around there and put a swivel on there.
yeah,
It wouldn't
right.
be too hard to,
Right.
you just
Yeah.
have to get the right wire for that.
Maybe it
But
was somebody else.
Daniel T, I know, caught a 7-pounder, and I think he caught his PB on it too, on the Awaze. And I know he was a big
Okay.
fan of that. So that might have been him.
Yeah. Yep.
Fish. I'm finding old jigs. That I'm
Yeah, I think that was.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
he was big on that one. Definitely. You don't want to. You guys want to know a really good underrated swim jig that I've never heard anyone talk about is the V&M pulse jig. Cliff Pace made it, and specifically the 5/8 ounce. You put a split ring on the nose, and the damn thing crawls through cover like a crankbait. Like it does the shimmy kind of deal. Like if you've got
Yeah,
let's see,
Michael Bradley agrees about
the Nico Winnow on there worked really good because it had some float to it, and I think that pulled it a little bit, so it kind of acted like a crankbait. It was a really sweet jig, but the lighter ounce ones don't do that in the water, but they're pretty good. Good skirts too, good hooks, keepers are solid. Just a good jig. Definitely underrated, and you can find it at Walmart.
I think y'all know what swim jig I use. One of them, actually, no. I used the Beast Coast too.
What? This is kind of surprising.
No, come on. I don't think it's.
It's pretty surprising.
No. I mean, I do have underneath that swim jig that I just pulled up, there's 7 or 8 just 6 cents swim jigs that I haven't even used yet.
That's the Jermaine we know right there. 6 cents to the 6 cents to the core.
6 cents to the death of me.
Yep.
Here's 3 of them. I haven't even. These still are banded. These are fresh out of the pack. That's the best color. Bone Truce. But what the hell was I looking for? See, Brandon, you got me all jacked up. I was looking for something.
I own one of those 6 cents jigs.
They're good.
That's it. They're okay.
Why would you say it? What makes them okay? I love when you do that.
The skirts are way too thick. I mean, but which is, it's not that big of a deal.
I think
But
that's
my thing
usually
is the price. They're pretty darn expensive.
Okay.
And the hook keeper. I hate those hook keepers. Rich, do you like those screw lock keepers on those 6 cents baits?
Is that screw lock?
Yeah.
I haven't used the 6 cents ones, but they I mean, if you get them rigged right, they hold.
They just take forever. And if a fish rips the claw off your bait, you got to unscrew it and put on another one. It just
I understand. I can feel you on that. I've done that, but that's why honestly, with the screw locks, I tend to use paddle tails more because
I was gonna say if you're using a paddle tail, then it lasts forever. You don't really have to worry about that. So then it becomes right. If you use the kind of trailer that is durable, assuming it has the right action, right, then it actually is a time saver. But
yeah,
very true.
Yeah, I put a screw lock on a Divine swim bait and 20 fish.
So 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Because I was on a bite the other day at a pond that I was fishing, and it was a spinner bait and what is it? Beaver bite. And I was throwing those 2 baits, and I caught so many 5-pounders and 6-pounders. It was absurd. Jermaine, I think I might have sent you the pictures.
Yeah.
It was absurd. It was the most insane pond fishing I've had.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Those fish were going through the beavers and the trailers on the spinner baits like it was nothing. So I was just
that's equivalent to the day that I'm editing up on Lake X. You know, because
Oh,
we
yeah.
were just ours were like 2s and 3s. You know,
Mhm.
we just don't get 4 or 5 pounders like that, like you guys do. But you
Mhm.
know, we had just. I think the smallest fish on the day was like 1.8. You know,
Mhm.
everything else was like
That's good.
over 2 pounds. I caught a 4-pounder. Tommy caught a 314 smallie or 313 smallie, something like that. I caught a 310 smallie. It was a day. Pat caught like a mid-3 smallie too. It's crazy.
Sounds like a day. Did you get that on the jerk bait?
Yeah. That Rich, you should do that. Throw that try those 97s this
I
season.
got Bateman sent me one. I got one in the box.
Yeah, bro. Try those. No funny. I'm not even trying to be like the 6 cents guy, but like, you know how you get one of those baits and you're like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna do well, and then you go out and you just smash for like a week, and you're like, all right, thanks. You know, it was one of those. And like I caught 2 4-pounders, multiple 3s, back-to-back casts, and little Tommy standing right next to me throwing a Megabass Vision 110 Junior. Standing right next, like we're like it's weird. It's like a little U, and there's like a rocks here, 4 feet of water, rocks here, and me and little Tommy are standing right next to each other. Y'all see the video. I would like to try to get it out tomorrow, but it's the end of the month grind, and I don't get a day off, so I kind of been doing a little bit of editing at work. So, boss, don't watch this. But
Get Jermaine fired.
yeah, it was a day.
Hey, Jermaine's going full time on YouTube, guys.
I know.
Tomorrow.
Doesn't have 1,000 subscribers, but he's going full time.
First ever YouTuber to go full time at 700 subscribers.
No, bro, I'm at like 940 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I'm about to hit 1,000.
947
this weekend. Not even. Probably maybe
Dang.
we'll see. I got another reel to post, and I'll probably hit 1,000 in a little bit.
Dang.
I think I'm at 9. Hold on, I'll check right now. Like
947. I just checked.
947.
I'll start unsubscribing with my accounts.
Yeah, all 20 of them.
I don't need you anymore, Rich. I'm real now. I made it. No, I'm just joking.
Oh man, Rich, when did you start your YouTube channel and get 1,000 subscribers? Because it took me like 4 years.
Oh,
I was so slow.
I mean, I feel like, I uploaded some videos back in like 2014.
When did you commit though?
But like I started like recommitted in 2019.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like 700 subscribers when I recommitted. And I think it took me almost a year to get to 1,000 from 700.
Okay. Dang. So you were on the grind with that.
I think mine's like what, 2 years? I think I had my channel for 2 years. Where does it tell you?
Let me see here. They've removed the about section on the YouTube channel for some reason,
right?
So it doesn't show you publicly.
It just shows you have to go to like I can go to my first
channel details. Here we go. Joined November 19th, 2012. That was whenever your account was created.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you started your channel 2 years ago.
Yeah, my first video was 2 years ago.
Looks like basically about August 28th, 2019. So I guess maybe.
Good job, Jermaine. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Let's see here.
It's gonna take hella forever to.
You know what's so stupid about YouTube? And I'm looking back at my pictures.
What's that?
Almost every video where my thumbnail and my mouth is open.
From 850 to 1,000 took about a year.
Okay. 850 to 1,000. Okay.
Took a little while there, but dang. And you really what was the point where you like really started like shooting off?
So then,
did you ever get that point?
That year, I basically gained 1,200 in the next year.
Okay. Dang. That's crazy.
Let's see. So if we went to let's see, we're basically April 1st. So 2021 and now, so 3 years. I've done 10,000 in the last 3 years.
I was gonna say, yeah, you probably had some good growth in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube, like once you get to a certain level, they kind of like, all right, we're gonna put you in front of a good amount of people.
No, it's not real. I mean,
I feel like it's
anytime you hear the word, like if you start telling yourself the algorithm, replace the word algorithm with audience.
Yeah.
Okay. Like YouTube's not out to get anyone. They're not out to promote anyone, right? Like it's just a learned AI machine. If you keep people on the platform, they're going to push people to you because you're making them money. It's really that simple, right? If you can make content that is a good topic with a good title and a good thumbnail that gets them to click, and if they get watch time and you create watch sessions where they watch more videos, then you are doing what YouTube wants. And if you get your audience to do what YouTube wants, then they will show your video to more people.
That's it.
It's that simple.
So all these videos of all these people, because I used to watch all those like help videos for like YouTube getting like more audience, like people, like more people watching your stuff. All that stuff is like kind of out the door.
No, I mean those are all
or that's getting people to click, like that's getting in people's heads.
It's all
right.
It's all part of that, right? Like those are all little building blocks, but in fundamentally, right, that's all it is. So, those YouTube channels are going to give you lots of like, hey, you need to do this with your thumbnail to make it like stop the scroll, right? You need to write better titles. That's all true, right? You need to like make your intro snappier, have a hook, tell a story, give people reason, right? Like if you come on and like, hi, this is Rich, welcome to my channel, please like and subscribe. Like, no, like get into like, hey, today we're going to talk about why the hover rig is a YouTube scam and like, right? Like get to the juice, pay off on what you said, get into it, deliver it, and, have a reason to bring them through the video. Then people are going to watch it. You deliver the value, people will watch it, and then they're going to come back, right? If they come back, if they click on your next video that comes up on their screen, that shows YouTube you are giving the audience what they want, and they're going to show up more. That's why Blockit is successful. If you think about it, his titles are pretty sensational. They're short videos. He doesn't really ramble on. He kind of gets to his point, and he creates topics that are.
I stopped watching.
I don't really watch it either, but I mean, I understand why it works, right? And so, like, comments, they share it. Like every time he posts a video, there's 20 people on Basketball Central either raving about it, complaining about it.
Yeah.
Like, right. So,
and that's the biggest thing about like social media. People got to understand. And this goes for everything. Like I was joking with like, one of my pet peeves is I don't like when ESPN doesn't post about sports. I hate when they like bring it somewhere else. It's like, that's not your job. Stay in your lane, your sports center. Talk about sports all the time. But I just think and then you see on Instagram, everyone comments, oh, this is not about sports. This is you failed. You failed. You took the time, you commented. Instagram's now going to say, okay, this is what people want. If this goes for any content creation, if you cut off their views, it's like cutting off their money. They post something and nobody likes it, nobody looks at it, and they get. So I'll just stay on the Sports Center topic. Say an average Sports Center post gets, I don't know, 500,000 likes, 500,000 views, whatever. If they post something off topic and it gets 100,000 views, and then they post something else and then it gets 500,000, then same the norm again, their devs, their whatever, is going to start to lean away from that other content. So by us commenting and still liking it, like you're still, even if it's negative, even if you say, hey, I hate you, you're a stupid POS, you don't know what you're talking about. You gave them what they want already and what they need. Because that's already going to now, YouTube doesn't read your comment. He got a negative comment versus a positive comment. Oh, wow, this guy just got 20,000 comments. Holy crap.
And if you show up on some creator's video that you don't like, but you leave a comment and then come back to watch the next one to see why you're angry again.
That's you
They're
got.
just going
You
to keep
got
sharing
you.
you that video.
You
And they're
got
just
you.
gonna keep sharing it with
Yeah.
your friends.
You're just helping them. You're just
Yeah.
helping. So
You're just pouring gas on the fire.
yep, that's it. That's it. It's funny how it works.
And YouTube is just wild, like how everything works
Interesting.
together like that.
It's very interesting. I was watching
I mean,
Wendell
even,
last
I mean, Netflix is operating more the same way. The other streaming platforms, right? Like
Mhm.
a lot of times they don't, right? Like they're not using like the original title art or cover title of like movies and shows, right? They're creating more sensational thumbnails of like the series that you want to watch, and they constantly change them and try to figure out which ones get most. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. The same with podcasts. Or is
I
that
don't know
the-
that podcasts really work that way. No, I think
they just
MP3
videos there?
traditional podcast is more about like, is it good, and then people sharing it,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
Like people saying
There's
like,
nothing
"Hey,
pushing.
Jermaine, you got to listen to this. The Big Bass
Yeah.
podcast is awesome," right? Like I think that's honestly, I mean, there's probably some hacks or something, but yeah, I don't think like titles and
Yeah.
thumbnails really play for podcasts as much.
Just kind of word of mouth and putting it out there,
Yeah.
growing your YouTube, putting podcasts on your YouTube and then uploading them to Spotify.
I feel like
and all
podcasts is
that.
more about consistency because, like, even what we do, it's like I wouldn't call us a podcast, but I guess we kind of are. We just don't post it on a.
Yeah.
I mean, you just post it to YouTube, I guess, but I feel like it's just the consistency with that. Like, the more you do it, the more people are going to come and more people are going to, be looking forward to your weekly stuff. So I don't know.
Mhm. I mean, I despise Spotify. Like, I can't stand using that app. Like, I like if there's
Why?
a podcast I want to listen to, I just go to YouTube. I despise it because there's ads and all that, and I don't want to deal with that. Like YouTube, I have the premium kind of subscription, so there's no ads because
Oh,
I'm
okay. Well, I pay
driving.
Spotify anyway,
So-
so it's all right.
Yeah, I just can't stand Spotify. Like the app is
Yeah,
slow.
I can't. I mean, ads are just. I can't do ads.
Yeah, I use like Podcast Addict, I guess, to download all my stuff that I don't watch on YouTube.
Oh, you don't have an iPhone, Brandon?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No.
you're a weirdo.
No, that makes them above average. Just because he didn't remove his frontal lobe to have an iPhone, it's not his fault.
Easier form of communication.
I was in the phone store today, and guess what? I saw an Apple phone. I got a deal, and I didn't get it.
Should have got
Still rolling with the $100 Walmart phone.
it. Nah.
It works. It works. I don't want to pay $500 for a phone. Just rather.
I mean, if you're going to pay that
for
much,
bait.
you might as well get a good phone. You might as well get a
Oh
Samsung.
my God! Brandon, stop complaining about prices of things.
I'd rather spend that money on a bait. I mean, honestly.
Okay,
See, Ralph-
I'll
Ralph-
take that. Say that. Don't complain about the price. Say
Ralph-
I'd rather spend it on a bait because you have $10,000 behind you. You have your college fund behind you.
I do. And another 2 on the floor.
Yeah. So just say I'd rather spend it on baits than spend it on a phone. That I'll accept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not about the
I
money.
mean, oh, Ralph is saying I have both. My personal phone is an Android, and my government phone is an iPhone XR. I think that's government just wanting to keep an eye on you. I think
Oh,
iPhone.
stop
I think that's it.
The only way the government's allowed to get that information is if you get indicted, as per Apple's rules. So don't go getting indicted.
I would personally. I don't
I
want
don't
to
plan
get.
on getting indicted anytime soon, Brandon.
Except for at work when your boss found out you're editing today.
Yeah, right. Go get indicted. It's literally the only way Apple can give away your information is if you go get indicted.
Mhm. Man.
You know what it takes to get indicted? Even if you kill someone, you don't get indicted.
Doesn't it take like what is it?
You gotta do
Or
a master plan. Like you gotta kill someone and then like plotting to kill somebody else and then do some extra stuff and then you get indicted. Like it's not just like I killed somebody, I go get indicted. Like no, you gotta do like a lot.
And Frank is saying I can't compare the free version with ads of one app to the paid version without ads on the other app. So, all right, fine. I used to have YouTube normal, and I still use Spotify occasionally because they didn't have all the podcasts on YouTube. So take that, Frank, just for you.
I did look into it, Mike, because I got tired of that same argument. Everyone always been, oh, well, they're tracking your phone. Every phone's tracked. Don't get indicted. That's it. Only way they can take it from you and be like, hey, okay, we're allowed to look at this without your permission. Is if you get in a lot of trouble. And I hope that you guys are all fishing instead of going and do bad things. Why we're all here.
My plan is just to go fishing. That's all
That's
I want.
it.
Mates.
Go
That's
fish.
what I want.
That's it. Just spend whatever money you were going to go do stupid things with. Go spend it on lures.
Mm-hmm.
Your significant other could probably deal with that. You won't lose your whole life. You know, it's not frowned upon to have a bunch of fishing lures in the corner. Consider actually,
you make fun of me all the time for it, so I don't know. It may be frowned upon.
My girlfriend's mom came over. My girlfriend's mom came over to the house, and like this is in the corner. My living room's right here. I got a little ass apartment, and so anyone that comes over, they see it, and she was like, "Oh wow, Jermaine's really serious about this, isn't he?" That's what my girl told me. She said, but she wasn't like mad at it or anything. She thought it was kind of cool, but so
nice. Just finished painting this guy actually, bone trout.
Yeah, boom.
Bone is
Wait, is that a
Can Rich guess it?
Gancraft?
No, it's resin.
Is it yours?
No. Let me guess it. It's Electric Glide from Basshole.
Never heard of it.
So, yeah.
How are your balsa glides coming?
They're coming along good. They're going. Still got to swim test them. Might do that tomorrow. So,
I mean, you've
yes,
swam test a previous prototype that you feel good about this.
I have a couple of them. I have a personal couple of them. I sent one to Marty for him to mess around with, and he approves. So I'm like, well, heck, go ahead and send him out.
What does Marty know about glides, though? I mean, he knows
about build quality. He knows about build quality. I more or less sent it to him just to say, hey, I can make a glide.
So are these? I think you have like 4 or 5 of them. Are they sold already, or what is the?
Yeah, they're all sold. So I just sent up an Instagram story, and everyone responded within like 2 minutes, and I was like, well, heck, I've only got 5, so sorry guys. So
good for you,
I'm happy. I'm real happy about it. So
are they
swim good.
More or less than a native glide?
They are slightly more. Yeah, slightly more than a native glide. So on retail anyway.
Don't be one of them sus bait makers that I hear about, you know.
Yeah, stringing people out.
I need orders.
Money.
Brendan's taking pre-orders, y'all.
Yes, exactly. Oh man, I would never take a pre-order ever. Even if I ever get to the level that Mickey Ellis is on, I'm not taking pre-orders.
Well, I'm taking Brendan's pre-orders.
There we go.
All right, guys. You hear it from Jermaine. That means it's not coming from me.
$400 a pre-order, and
yeah, I'm not doing that stuff right there.
I have a new native slayer next week.
So I did. So
it takes
you
a
might
week.
find this interesting. Back to the classic swim baits.
Okay.
I don't remember what the name of the company was, but there was one of the younger guys that was helping out with the Powerhouse booth. There was a guy from the Ozarks that was working on some swim baits, and it was definitely looked a little like garagey, right? It was a little rough, but like it had an inflatable. Like it looked like in the side of the back compartment, like like a volleyball or a basketball with like a rubber air cert in it, so you could like adjust the sink rates or the rates that way.
What? I've never heard of something like that.
Yeah.
That's really. Did you like blow into it, or did you have like a pump?
I think he didn't have it with him, but I think you would just have like a little cheap little soccer ball, like $5-10 pump that you could like
you just
play
let
with.
the air out of it. And
Or
it
add it. Yeah.
Or add it.
Was this a soft bait or a hard bait?
It was a hard bait.
That's
The glide?
interesting.
That's super strange.
Yeah, I feel like it was a 2 joint or a single joint 2-piece bait.
I mean, I guess if you put like a little, I guess essentially like a mini basketball chain, like I get whatever that is, because then you could just
Putting
use
a
the
bladder inside of a bait.
Yeah, and just let
Space
the
for
air out.
expansion.
Right.
That I don't know how that would work because you'd have to have space in there for the bubble or the bladder to expand inside there.
That's what I'm thinking. If it's like,
that's weird.
You make like a nice nut. I mean, was the bait big? How big was the bait, Rich?
It's probably like an 8 or 9 inch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You make a nice little like elongated chamber that.
Brandon's taking notes. He's like,
he's like, what?
Just put this in a sketchbook just in case.
Let's come out with this before that person.
Brendan's got a pen right now. He just pulled out a whole pen and was like, "Yep."
No, so it had a hole in the top or the bottom. Like this.
No, it was like in the side of the bait.
Oh, it was in the side.
Yeah, because you got to be able to get to it.
I see how he did that. I think.
Although it was weird that I thought it was in the side. You'd think you'd more come in from like the top or the bottom. Because like it's weird to me to have the. You know what I mean? Like for some symmetry reasons, like because gliders
about that.
The balance, right? So you'd think you'd want to come into the top or the bottom, but I don't know.
I mean, you can mess with the screws and you'll be fine. Like if something's like if it's cockeyed or something, or I mean if it has weight on one side or the other, you can just mess with the joints for the joint or the screws for the joint. But I mean that would be weird having it like right there, like on the side.
I want to say it was in the back though.
In the second half?
Yeah.
That's really.
I just wonder how that would mess with the swimming action.
Did he say he swam this before?
The kid that had it was a buddy of the guy that like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. Never heard of that, but I like the idea. It's cool, but I mean, I just use lead golf tape. I mean, I don't know about you. That's what I would like, but that seems like a lot of money and time invested in that. But I like the idea. It's cool. Definitely different.
I mean, I think the original True Tungsten swim bait that was developed by Nishine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was the first one where you could adjust the tungsten balls.
Yeah. Swim bait's got balls.
I think if this is Mike, if I'm correct, wouldn't it be any soft swim bait? Essentially, you could just shove them in there. I know some of them have sections for it. I think the Kolshad, if I'm not mistaken, has like 2 little insert spots where you're supposed to put them. Or
I can tell you the owner. What's that called? The owner.
Oh yeah, the shoot. What is that one called? It used to be the Rage. It was shoot. It had the little fin on the back that you hold your hook on. It's like a mag draft.
It's similar to a mag draft.
Yeah,
that thing works way better with a nail weight in it.
Oh yeah, it likes to roll.
Yeah, like
very finicky without it. You put
up.
a little nail weight in it, it runs like a dream.
Okay.
You can't see it, not on this color, but there's like 2 like round holes in there.
Yeah.
That you can shove nail weights in.
How dare you bring those knockoffs onto this stream?
I know. How dare you?
Shut up, Brandon.
Kolshad's actually pretty solid in action. Just looks ugly. I don't think it's a knockoff. But
my problem is I don't know which ones are the new ones, which ones are the junk ones. I don't know which ones.
I know. I did that. I'm done. It's over.
I gave away.
I'm just gonna throw them and just hope for the best.
I mean, they sent it back a Chigger Craws and some chatterbaits with the box, like for free.
Yeah, but I've been to those out and used them.
The Burrican.
Yeah, the Burrican. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Burrican swimmer. That's good little. It's a good little starter swim bait for somebody that like.
Mm-hmm.
I think their big one's actually a 5.5 inch. It's a
That's
bite
still pretty
getter.
small. Yeah.
Throw it on a swim jig rod, put a nail weight in it, get bit, get the bug, move up.
Yeah.
Then you can step up to the 6-inch
316.
ball shad, 6-inch mag drafts. Then you can.
I'd go 316 if anybody's watching. Go from the Birkin to 316. Just skip the coal shads. Just skip them.
Skip a couple price points.
316s are just as cheap as the coal shads. Come on now.
The soft ones.
Yeah, and they're way better.
What is the
Line through, weedless, top hook. They make them all. Everything, and their colors are better. They last longer. Better designed.
do they have a pre-rigged bottom hook?
Yeah. Here, I mean, got all the good ones. Got everything that you need.
I will tell you, I did buy a slow sink 6-cents hangover. Not a user-friendly bait.
No, you got to get the medium sink or better.
Yeah, that slow sink is
No,
It rolls
touchy.
on you.
Real
Not it.
touchy.
it's not it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not it. You just got to. So I like what Tyler Berger did. He gave you the specific like miles per hour you have to use the bait. I
Yeah.
think he dragged him behind his boat and just was like watching his thing, his miles per hour. And he said that, I forgot which one he had, but he might have had a slow sink too. And it didn't start until like 2.2 miles per hour or 2 miles per hour, where like every other bait in the same category starts at like 0.8 to like 1.3. So it was like, there's definitely a dramatic difference in the speed you can work a hangover versus the speed you can work another bait. 110%. So
I found it weird that he didn't include. I mean, I'm not a big fan of or I shouldn't say a big fan, but I just don't watch his stuff. But I'm surprised he didn't put a 316 in there because it would have blown all of the others out of the water. I mean, honestly, it's that much better.
what do you
I don't
mean
know.
316?
A 316 swim bait.
Let's talk about
He
Ty
put-
Burgers.
Ty Burger's video.
Is that
Oh,
on
His
his,
bits and all that.
his OG channel or his new channel?
I don't know.
I didn't know he had
I get
two
lost.
channels.
I think
He
I
has like
follow
a Ty
him
Burger
now,
fishing channel
and
now.
I
This
just
is-
click them.
What's his original channel called?
Bass Fishing HQ.
That's fish. Yeah, that's the one I subscribe
I don't
to.
know if I followed the other one. I think it's on there, but he did the swim baits. It was pretty good. I was like, "Oh, I like this."
Oh, look at that. It's one of his most recent videos, and it's suggesting it to me.
There you go.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, I got to sign off.
One when you're done. It's a good one though. He's good. I like Tyler Berger.
16 minutes. Whew.
It is long.
Oh yeah,
I
he
literally
goes
skipped
through all of them.
through it.
Does he
I just skipped
actually
through
have
it to show.
Is that the comeback shad?
Yeah.
I don't know why he put that in there. The comeback shad.
Yeah, you can't get them. That was the only thing. He was like, "Yeah, you can't get this one, but this one's in here." And I was like, "Oh, well." But I guess a lot of people have them. Maybe.
Oh, so it wasn't the comeback; it was the original he was throwing in the. Now the comeback shad has come out.
Okay. All right.
No, he wasn't. He didn't
Back
have
to
the
the
original
comeback.
in there.
This
It
was
was
he
in-
had an early release of the new one.
Oh, okay. That's what
They're out now. You can get them online. I think
I gotcha. Yeah, they're too ugly.
not at 6 cents. You'd have to go to Bass Pro or something like that. What you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Gotta
wait
I
for the
don't need
6
it
cents
then.
knockoff.
I don't need it then. If I can't get it off of if they don't sell 6 cent stuff and I can't get that with something else, I don't need it.
Well, they sell 6 cents at Bass Pro, don't they?
I think
Yeah,
so.
they do. They've got it all over. They're in everywhere pretty much now.
Yeah,
Jermaine,
his-
you need to check out eBay to buy 6 cent stuff because there's people hawking like cheap stuff on there. And
Yeah.
eBay's like so amazing.
I haven't been on eBay since I was your age.
Or your local Dick's
That's
Sporting
very
Goods, they might still be riding a buy 5 get 5.
Oh yeah.
Mine was doing a buy 3 get 3. I had to stop going because I would just go in
Your
there and be
paycheck is
like,
gone.
"Oh." I finessed the guy at the counter and like I put him in an awkward spot, and like I just wanted to see what he said. So the F4s, they were on clearance, like they had the red tape on them, and it was on the buy 3 get 3 free. So I grabbed the whole row. I literally brought the hanger up, and he's like looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I slide them all up the hanger. I'm like, does this work with the clearance? And I was like, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm shooting my shot. And he was like, oh no, they're just the clearance price. I was like, okay, well, no problem. I'll take 6. You can put the others back.
Here's the peg.
Yeah. Sorry. And he was like, no, you're good. That was actually a good question. You didn't yell at me, so he was like, some other people yell at me about stuff like
Later, Tom. Have a good evening.
Tom, take it easy.
Tom, I wanted to show you guys this. It's a 30-foot nitro.
Jesus.
I mean,
30. How many pros are going to use this?
Well, it is April 1st, Brendan.
What?
It's April 1st today.
April Fools.
Oh, shoot. You've got
that's
Body.
Just like,
I can't believe I did that.
Oh, man. Brandon, I might have to make that a shirt, buddy.
It actually looked like real and everything.
Duh.
Wow.
Did you see 7-Eleven?
Man.
oh my gosh. You really went with that today. Didn't you even post that in the chat? And like,
I know.
You posted that. You in the Bateman like
It was in
channel
Tika's
chat. You guys
chat.
were like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like,
I
"Did
know.
you say something to people?" Not.
I thought it was for real.
7-Eleven did something like that, too. It was actually pretty funny. So they put up 7-Eleven announces the arrival of new Big Bite hot dog sparkling water. And like you start reading it, and then like literally like updated April 1st, 2024. And I was like, as soon as I read that, I was like, oh no. I got a little bit.
Like this one got a couple people sent it to me. Cast and Crank podcast episode 354 is up. You know who that is?
Oh, is that Mike Long?
Yeah. So I had a couple people share that with me, and then I was like,
That's good.
you wish. And then they're like, God dang it. Like,
That's funny.
there was one about Trait, and there was a post about Trait Zeldane and Jacob Wheeler getting along or making up today.
Randy Blockett quitting his channel.
Team Marine selling out to Bass Pro Shops.
I know
I guess
X2
it's a
came
good
out
way
with
to
a
get clicks
power
today.
drink.
Who did that? It's all over. ... And just
The Yamaha 100% hydrogen based motor. Here's one from Seagar. Line activated by solar rays.
Oh, somebody else
I
put
need to
out.
make a
I
post
think
now.
Iconelli put out something, and he was like, "Oh, I can't wait for these front-facing sonar goggles to help me out. I'm one of the older guys. I haven't been using forward-facing sonar. And he's got like an Oculus on. It doesn't even like it's so ridiculous. And there's still people in his comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is where it's going in the next 3 years. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I'm like, I get ready to make some.
Good to see the kids are still gullible.
Yeah. I go to make some silly comments and then I just delete it. I'm like, I can't be arguing with somebody for nothing.
But Jermaine sticks true to it. He doesn't bite and doesn't comment.
I know.
I don't want
I
to feed
want
the
to.
He
algorithm.
comments and then deletes them.
No, I just type it out. It makes me feel better. And then I delete it.
Oh.
I don't hit send. It makes me feel a little better to type it out.
Every once in a while, I see a post and I comment just like something really snarky, just get people fired up, and then I don't look at my notifications for like a couple of hours. and
Sports
don't
are
respond
argue.
to people.
Like sports are argue with people. Like this one person was like, there was like a picture of like 6 players, and it was like Curry, LeBron, whatever, and they were like, oh, remove one for scoring or something. And somebody was like, oh, easy, LeBron. I'm like, guy, he's the number 1 scorer of all times. He has the most 40-point games of all time.
False. Get rid of all 3 and take Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Hey, look, you could put her in there for me. You could put her in there for me. Honestly, what you saw tonight, number one, I don't agree with it. I still think you got to try harder. That's just because I'm a competitor and I'll never give up. I don't care if somebody's dogging me, which she did do to the other team. I'm still going to fight. I would never just be like, as the defender, like they did that way too many times. Like, no, you got to figure out a way to be better.
Oh.
That's just competition for me in general. You got to figure it out. Like, I would never go to a fishing tournament and just be like, "Yeah, well, he's better." No, I'm driving home every single time. I don't care now, 20 years from now, however long I'm doing this, I'm going to drive home and be like, damn, what the hell did I do wrong? How could I have been better? I could do something better. I'm never going to be like, yeah, well, that guy was just really good. He was on him today. No. Like, I'll say that, but I'm still going to evaluate myself and still be like, okay, well, why didn't you figure out some of those things? I don't know. I'm just a competitor. That's just me.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I think has been really funny on social lately is the number of people commenting on James Watson's post being like, what's going on? I see other guys fishing boat docks in Major League Fishing all the time. Like, why can't he fish boat docks? Everybody else fishes boat docks. I don't get it.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. I don't read his comments, but I need to get one of those hats right there. It's pretty funny. It's interesting what has happened to him, like this whole thing that's going on. Like, what do you think?
That is not. So I think
I'm not familiar.
Watson truly believed he was going to get kicked from the BPT. What I don't think Watson thought is that they'd roll out a ban where he couldn't fish Toyotas and BFLs.
Oh. So he just wanted out of the BPT.
Well, I mean, he wasn't going to requalify. Like, if you go back and watch my video about all like the statistics and analytics, he was like a lifetime average of like 70th out of 80, and you had to be in the top 30 to requalify after this year or whatever it was. So he had like mathematically a really long shot. He basically had the top 10 AOI, which not saying he couldn't do, but like statistically over the last 5 years, he hasn't come close to the top 10 AOI. And that means like if you're in a top 10 AOI, it means you have to displace Cannell and Wheeler and Defoe and right. I mean,
it's gonna be hard.
Right? Name 10, right? Like it's it's probably not as much about him not being just that it's stacked, right? So I think obviously he started this hashtag FBD Fish Boat Docks, which doesn't really stand for FBD as in Boyd Duckett. So obviously he was going to make some publicity. He's going to make some money on merch. And then obviously Boyd Duckett wasn't going to tolerate one of his anglers basically flicking him off with every piece of merch that he sold.
I heard he was selling them at the Red Crest Expo too. He was just like throwing them everywhere.
I wouldn't doubt it. He was carrying a backpack at the Classic like a drug smuggler selling FBD hats for $25 a pop.
Man, that's hilarious.
So and then basically right after that, Major League Fishing sanctions until he can apply for reinstatement January 2026. So basically a 21-month ban from all MLF tournaments, including BFLs, Toyotas, BPT.
What did he do?
He made merch hashtag FBD, which said fishing boat docks, but it stands for F Boyd Duckett.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. Okay.
So
Boyd Duckett's like,
I mean, if you started a merch line that said F the Dodge dealership that you worked with, how long do you think you'd stay employed?
Okay. That's how I was. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Who Boyd Duck? I didn't honestly. I'm not familiar with the tournament scene. I don't really pay attention.
Not everybody is a fan of Boyd Duckett
because of Ben.
But basically, Watson is the only one that will like outwardly speak. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that is just shady and backwards and whatever. That I think we all can find things with the Bass Pro Tour that we don't agree with, and Watson's one of the few that speaks his mind.
He literally just did this right here to MLF.
We can do that because we're on Jermaine's channel, right? We can just
get
him.
Oh,
I guess it'll matter when I get monetized, right? You can't be doing all that stuff when you're monetized, right?
okay. All right. Well, I mean,
All right.
you just won't earn money, I guess.
We can get you shadow banned and you'll never even make it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Way.
Just think if you could get to the channel where you're making enough money to pay for your 6-sack every month.
I want a little bit more than that. But
I mean, for starters.
yeah. That's it.
Be nice.
Like, honestly, like my goal is not even crazy. My goal, like I don't expect to ever like. If it happens, great. If not, great. My goal is just to pay for like my car payment.
My goal was just to pay for my fishing.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like that's about the same.
My goal is about to pay for a house and a helicopter, so that's my plan.
You want your YouTube
No,
to pay
I'm just
for your
kidding.
house? You got a lot of time to go, boy. What's your name, Mr. Beast?
I'm just kidding with you. Bobby Balsa says, I'm selling my balsa collection on the JDM market. This is true.
Is this
Bob
true?
is.
I don't
Bob,
think he's
no.
serious.
He did say that when he
Bob and I
returned,
were
he is
talking.
going to thin the herd a little bit, I've heard.
Bob and I were talking just a little while ago, and he says he is going to thin the herd. So you guys be on the lookout.
You guys want a sneak peek at something?
Ooh, let's see.
Talk to me, Bob.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh,
Some early renderings of some things we're working on here.
nice.
Giving me Arsenal vibes with the green. I like it. The hook point. It's pretty sweet.
Is that a new guy you're working on?
Just working on something for myself. Yeah, working with somebody. But yeah.
Okay.
I got you. You gonna get hats done, or what's the plan with that?
I need to get a new logo.
T-shirts,
I like my logo,
stickers, merch, something. Yeah, gotta have something to
Nice.
build it around, though.
Nice.
I want to definitely do a new logo.
Oh yeah.
I think I want to do a little cartoon version of myself. Not like a cartoon, but just have like a little Jermaine in there, like cast or something.
Holding up a Smalley.
I got an idea in my head, but I kind of wrote it down. We'll see if I can get it on paper.
Bobby, they'll be make your own visor kits.
Ooh.
My hat with an Arsenal scissors, and you have to make it yourself.
There you go.
It'll come with a little QR code in the video that tells you how to do it.
I was going to say, they're going to come like pre-lined, cut here.
That'd be awesome.
The dots, yeah.
That'd be
take a little
dope.
Sharpie and write the dots around it.
That would be so dope. You could honestly, you might start a little like internet trend too. You'd be like, "Yo, do me a favor. When you get my hat, just post you cutting it."
And then when we say little, we mean like 4 people.
More than 4.
You should have made that video today for April Fool's Day. You should have done that. Just messing around with people.
I mean, I've got plenty of videos of me cutting hats. They don't necessarily get much traction.
I wouldn't think so too much, but only the real followers will.
I actually had some guy at the Classic tell me I wasn't doing my visors correct, that I had the angle wrong. I was like, okay.
Dude, there's a science to it.
It's like, all right. Talk to me when you have a visor gang sticker on your Tumblr, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Man. Dang. Well, I've got to get off here. I've got to pour a bunch of tail molds.
Ooh.
And get those out before.
What's that code for?
I got to ship those tomorrow. It's not code for anything, Rich.
So did you paint all these balsa baits already?
No, not yet. I got to pour tails for three gill wakes that I got to ship out tomorrow. So 1 for Spooky Mike Davis, and 2 for my buddy Sam. So those have got to go out Wednesday. So hopefully I can make them before then.
Jermaine, what is the biggest swim bait you've caught a fish on so far?
The call shad.
6-inch call shad?
Yep.
What's the most expensive swim bait you've caught a fish on?
The call shad. I threw the hangover, and I have the medium sink.
That's the same price though, right? Isn't that $20?
25,
yeah. 17, 18.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they're 18.
Yeah, maybe. I guess they're about the same price.
Have you thrown any of the more expensive baits that BBC has sent you yet?
Jermaine has one of my wooden handcrafted gill wakes. He also has a heron that I made him. a heron lure. The same bird that attacked him made him one. Still no fish picks. About 2 years.
Have you thrown it yet?
No.
Not even like, not even a
Not
little.
even
Not even like
wet.
5 feet. Just look at it. Not even.
Sorry.
Man,
I don't
so
look,
disappointing.
so-
So disappointing. Not even an unboxing.
Not even. It won't even show it.
Does he even have it still?
Those are
Yeah, it's right here, bro.
There you
Come
go.
on.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
that bad.
I was
know
starting to think you sold it. It
I
flipped
know
it on.
exactly where it is.
And it also has the BBC on it instead of the BB. So, because back
Very-
then I didn't know what BBC standard
very
for.
fitting that Jermaine has
For.
the BBC.
Right? I'm glad someone else told you. I wasn't going to tell you.
Amy told me. Amy was like,
All
what's going on here?
How did she tell you? Was it like in DMs?
Yeah, I think so. Oh man.
There
And
we
then I was
go.
like, oh shoot. I put this on like 30 baits.
What is this?
You should
Plus
have.
purpose.
You should come out with a. What's the biggest bait resin balsa bait you've made so far? Produced for people.
Probably a 13-inch glide.
You should call that one the BBC.
I should.
The BBC by Brown Bait.
Yes.
Browns baits. Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. See?
Do you Jermaine, do you not have some 20-pound big game and like a big jig
He
rod?
bought
or
some.
what?
He bought some. I'm
So
so
we're
proud
one
of
step
him.
closer.
Look at him. Look at him go. 20 pounds.
So do
I'm
you have
so
a
proud.
rod that you can put it on? What's
I got a heavy.
Jig rod.
I throw it. I mean, I don't know if I'm throwing it on the right gear, but that thing's in the water. I mean, the hangover is anyway.
no? We're talking about those hard baits.
No,
Yeah,
I
the
haven't
hard
thought
bait.
about that.
Hard bait on a jig rod with that line, you're fine.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be good.
I mean, at least do a little swim test. Give Brent
I
bring a
know.
little love in a video here or something. I mean, I thought he was your boy.
I will. I'll get him this year. I promise. When I get onto the kayak,
Bring a snorkel mask with you. But that gill's a
float.
fake, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't go down not even an inch. They stay on the surface. That's it. And they go through laydowns like butter, so or a hot knife through butter, I should say. So yeah, you're not going to lose that. There's no way. I have yet to lose one of my own, and I put them in the
Challenge
nastiest places.
accepted.
Yeah, exactly. Jermaine, I challenge you to hang that up.
What's the warranty process if he slams it off riprap or a boat?
Oh, I lost something.
It's not going to break. I've yet to break one
So
myself.
it's more durable than a native gill.
Definitely durable, more durable. It's got two
David,
coats,
probably
three
like
coats
20,
of epoxy.
20, 25 provokes.
Ooh, it's a lot. I have
I just
9.
counted softly.
I have one. But I have one 110 and 197.
I have 9 110s that I had to repair.
Because
So
I
Rich, after I left that comment on your video, I got a bunch of people respond to me.
I think I have
I never
6
repaired
97s already, and I'm glad.
Marty offered to put a bill in mine.
But I love
really?
jerk baits though. Like that was one of the first baits I've ever learned how to fish on. Like my dad would just give me he gave me the OG Rapala with the
So you've been jerking from a young age?
That's it, man. Since and this is gonna sound wild. I've been jerking since birth. My dad taught me how to fish before I could walk. It's crazy. So, he had me on the old school Rapala high float, the real buoyant one that came right up. Because in his head, I would snag less with it. If I ever it wouldn't go deep, so he wouldn't have to come over to me to untangle my lure. So if he just taught me how to 1-2, 1-2, I would catch fish, and he would, and I would be untangled and not be in the crap.
So do you think the Finland or the Ireland is the better OG Raplamino?
Oh, I don't know the difference between the two.
Oh my gosh.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't know. You sounded like a Raplamino expert, and all of a sudden,
No,
man.
He was,
I
too
was-
young.
I was
He
too
couldn't
young. I
walk
didn't know
yet.
what the hell was going on. I just knew I was going. That was back when I just was going fishing with my dad. I just thought my dad was the coolest person in the world. So I was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to do what he's
He
doing."
took you fishing, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby says Ireland, but the Finlands work.
I'd probably trust Bob on that. Probably.
Bobby.
Have you guys watched the? Let's see. Rapala made a video of them taking a tour of the plant in Finland, and it was really cool to watch that.
Thank you.
There's a couple of factories.
What? Ralph. There's
Throw
nothing
it.
to
Thanks,
hang
Ralph.
up. You're out there in desert lakes. There's nothing.
I
There's no
know.
pike. There's nothing to hang up on. Get yourself some 20-pound big game. Grow a set. Pretend like you're military, like you're tough.
Oh, he has a crank.
That damn
bait,
thing.
anyway.
That's good one, Rich. That's funny.
Christ, if you could serve our country, you can throw a damn swim bait, Ralph. Let's go.
It's a crankbait. It's a little
Pep talk.
flat side.
Oh,
a flat side.
That's funny.
I know. Ralph, throw
You
it.
don't even have pike.
I'm afraid to
I
throw
mean,
this thing too.
worst case,
I'm
you
going
can
to.
a white bass or something.
I
I'm
know.
afraid to throw this thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dude, you're not going to hang
Brendan,
that thing.
but Brendan said I have to throw it if I got
Which
it.
one is that one?
Yes.
That's a,
The Hellcat,
Hellcat.
where'd you get that?
Brendan.
I've got like 6 of them.
Wow. So you're okay with parting with those Marty baits?
I'm
No.
sending it to him because he
He just
wanted
sent it
I
to
want
me
him to
because he
try
was like,
it.
he wanted me to have one. He literally told me. He literally told me he would own, and this was our private conversation in his exact words.
Yes.
If you lose this one, I will sell you one more.
Mhm.
That's it,
Just
Jermaine. And I said,
one more.
okay, no problem. Thank you for
That's
that. I appreciate that. He said, I'll sell you one more if you lose this.
Burns.
There's no way he's
Yeah.
going to lose that, though.
And that's
No
and
way.
that's what he said. He said, there's no way I'm going to lose it.
There is one way.
Pike. That's very true.
Yeah,
If you
Or
lose it
have
on a
Rich
pike,
over.
I'm not replacing it. If you lose it on a pike.
I know, right?
But have you
See,
seen the
now-
older?
I'm saying now I'm scared.
Have you
But
seen the older colors, Rich? The really fancy ones.
yeah, see, this guy's got a bunch of them.
These are the
Where'd
good
those
colors
ones
right
come
here.
from?
Yeah, and I haven't seen he's got a shad one too.
So
Where's
did we
the shad
figure out
one?
who was selling them on eBay?
It was pre-camper,
Okay.
so I'm not exactly sure his name. His company is Fish USA on Instagram, or no, not on Instagram, on eBay. But yeah, he got.
Yo,
like,
Bruce, chill. A bird is
Uh-oh.
gonna shake off with that crankbait. That's fucked up, yo. That's fucked up, man. Come on, yo, that's messed up.
If a heron gets a hold of that, you fight that heron to the death.
Yeah,
Oh
you-
no,
you
I'm
better-
pulling him in. I'm killing
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you're
Sorry,
cutting
Chief.
his head off.
Sorry, Chief. The Leatherman's coming out. This is gonna get, and they're loud too, so this is gonna get ugly. Sorry.
It would be an amazing YouTube video that you could never post. Or you go to federal
It's gonna have to
prison.
go on Patreon.
No, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm just gonna do you're gonna see my hand go up.
No, but are we worried that's a protected bird?
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, game warden. He might pull up on you. When I caught that gator I think it was last week. Jermaine, I sent you a photo. I'm not sure, Rich. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I sent you a photo, but I grabbed a gator. The water was like 4 or 5 feet long, and I wanted to bring it home and eat it, but then I saw game wardens were there with the boat ramp, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. I don't have tags." Yeah. But,
You could have made gator skinned swim baits.
oh, that would have been killer right there.
Wow.
I need to go back and get that thing. Gator swim.
Gabe!
Oh, Gabe's in the house. What's going on, Gabe?
Yo,
Taking
we
a
gotta
late
get
night
Gabe
editing
on
break.
here. I don't think we got Gabe on here. Gabe's
Oh,
got
we
to
need
get
to.
that on his shoulders too. I like the way he breaks things
I
down.
appreciate Gabe's grind.
Yeah,
Gabe never stops putting out videos.
and he's authentic too. He ain't on that bullshit.
He's not like me where he doesn't post a regular video for a month at a time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more consistent than you. You little guys over here.
I'm the most consistent. I don't post at all. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't watch at all.
I told you I was gonna. Brendan, how many subscribers you got? I told you I was gonna catch you.
Ooh, let's see. I have.
I got a cheat code now. I'll
1,000
tell you about it later if you want.
Yeah, I've got 1,107.
Bobby,
1,107.
I think there is.
So 1,000. I might be able to pass you in one short from where I'm at right now. 1,107. Hold on, let me see.
I might have to get back to posting. This is gonna be.
I mean, I definitely have some baits that I haven't thrown, but I don't think I would say I wouldn't throw them.
You still gonna throw that native gill around?
Yeah.
Okay. You like that one? That's like your favorite swim bait so far, or hard bait?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a JSJ gill.
Mm-hmm. Those are good.
And then I've
4-piece.
I'll teach you the cheat code,
an
Brendan.
old wood punker.
Those are sweet. You could sell that for a good bit now.
It's more. I don't think I have an aversion to throwing. I just don't think I have an. It just doesn't.
Stripers eat those. If you got a lake that has striper in
We
it,
don't have stripers. We don't have anything that have shad that big.
they'll destroy that thing.
Right, more likely that I would engage with a pike or a muskie throwing that thing than anything.
Yeah. Probably have to put a few coats of epoxy on that before you go out there and try to catch a pike with it or a muskie.
Gabe, we've had open water for a month and I haven't had my boat out yet, sadly.
Yeah, we went over there.
We're going to try to get out and do some crappie fishing this weekend, though.
Are you going home? When are you going home?
I'll be home Thursday night, so maybe I can get out Saturday this weekend.
All right. Are you going to get home in time to jump on your own live stream? Or are you going
I didn't know where that was going for a second. Jump on. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
I'm trying to avoid Thursday nights because the Bass After Dark is a juggernaut.
Yeah.
If
It
a
really
master
is.
following fast.
The few times I've tried to go up to them on Thursday night, it did not go well for me.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy. I mean, even Pryor's on there, so that's.
Wait, what time do they start? They start at 10 now.
No,
Start at 9:30.
8:30 Central.
Oh,
8
okay.
or 8:30.
It's 9. I know it's 9:30 here in Eastern time.
Yeah.
So
I could go like 7 o'clock Thursday, maybe. But
yeah.
Honestly, I know that like it sounds kind of crazy, but if you take the show leading up to them, you get like the stragglers that are like thirsty. Or I shouldn't say stragglers, like the people that are thirsty for like the action. They're like, come on, come on, come on. Okay, well, I'll watch this guy while I wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I used to do that before I
no, but I won't get home early enough. And usually when I'm traveling a week and I come home, my wife's not like, hey, why don't you go down and run a YouTube stream?
Yeah, that's the hardest part. That's my problem with the earlier streams. Like I do 9:30 because it's like your girl usually goes to lay down around 10. So it's like, I kick her out of the living room a little 20 minutes early. But
I am going to hop off here because I got to go port tail molds. So
yeah, I guess we'll just call it.
Yeah,
Rich, you look tired.
Okay.
You got anything for us, buddy?
I do get to stand all day in a meat packing plant tomorrow, so that'll be good.
All right.
Very fun. Get yourself some. Maybe
Well,
you can grab some meat. Nothing. Well,
Gabe, I'm gonna holler at you. We'll get you on a live here soon too.
He's hard to track down.
I know, right?
Busy man.
Elusive.
Want him down. It's easy.
So
Better late than never, but never late is better. We're getting out of here, my boy.
Oh, and also, you guys follow Rich on his YouTube channel, Hellabass.
Yes.
Rich,
I tagged him in the title of
the
the stream. I tagged him in the title of the stream, so you don't gotta do nothing. Just click his name, and it's it's live with Hellabass. Just click Hellabass right there.
Just watch a video. You don't even have to subscribe. Just watch a video.
And don't skip the
Oh my
ads.
God.
Don't skip the
I
ads.
don't care about the ads.
Is that how it works?
What?
If you skip the ads, you don't get the AdSense?
I don't know. AdSense is such a small little sliver.
Yeah.
Don't split the ads.
I don't really care though about all that, but all right. On the road.
All right,
Oh,
folks.
Tweezy's heading down to Gunnersville. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll call you. We'll talk or something. All right, y'all. Getting out of here.
Alrighty, folks.
Good. Deuces.